Welcome back to the show, everyone. Here to give us an update on their April meeting, April 11th, from the Republican Club. I've got Pat Micone and Betty O'Laker. Hi, ladies.
Hi, Bree.
You guys are always so festive.
Oh, yeah. Well, we have to wear our patriotic red.
Absolutely. That's great.
Yeah.
That's so fun. I love your enthusiasm. Well, let's just dive in real quick. We've got a lot of talking points today, and you got a lot to cover. And let's start with the April 11th meeting, the candidate forum.
Yes.
What can residents expect at this event?
Well, first of all, Bree, it's an unusual date. April 11th is a Saturday. That's an unusual date for us. Our meetings are on the first Friday of every month, but because this coming Friday is Good Friday, we chose to have it on a Saturday, which would be much better for most of our members and guests who want to attend.
Right.
So this meeting is an important one. As we know, we are into the midterm elections of 2026. Such critical election this year, saying it's probably the most critical election for Republicans in our lifetime. But what we're up against right now is the June primary. And the June primary is called a jungle primary, where only the top two candidates rise and are able to go to the general election in the fall, in November. So right now, we had Chad Bianco last month. It was a great meeting.
Was.
We weren't able to see Steve Hilton, but we did have three local opportunities for our members to go and see Steve Hilton. So right now, we're going to focus on Michael Gates, and Michael Gates is the top cop. And he's going to be the AG, the Attorney General of the state. And I'm going to have Betty talk a little bit about him because there's a lot to say about him. We don't want to say too much, but we want to give enough to know that he's going to be a great speaker and encourage us.
He is a great speaker. I have heard him. First of all, he's a husband, father of 5, and a battle-tested attorney. He has an extraordinary record of legal victories and a reputation as a fearless advocate against failed state policies. His experience includes defending law enforcement officers in high-stakes jury trials, and he's never lost a cop case.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's really about law enforcement and fighting crime. That's his top priority. So fighting crime and improving public safety at the local level, which he did in Huntington Beach, making it one of the safest cities out of 10 in 482 cities?
Yeah.
So he's not about defunding the police?
Well, that comes up. That's one of my points. He also recovered $38 million from the state of California and returned it to Huntington Beach taxpayers.
Wow.
He launched Huntington Beach's first ever local criminal prosecutor program, which reduced crime by 11.5% in its first year. He also helped reduce the city's homeless population by more than 60% since COVID. He's an achiever. He was the architect of voter ID in Huntington Beach. He sued Orange County in California for violation of election laws. And as I said, Huntington Beach is now one of the safest cities out of 482.
I bet everyone's going to start moving there.
Well,
that's a good point. I mean, it's become
they have good leadership, that's for sure.
They do. And what he says, I just saw him recently, a couple weeks ago, over in Mission Viejo. He says he's going to have a new era of law and order in California. Now, you've heard that one of the two top issues, in this election, whether it's national, local too, is affordability. California leads in high taxes, gasoline, energy, property tax. Right. Over 1 million people have moved out of the state. So, that's attributed to the last, liberal policies in California. So I know that Michael Gates and Steve Hilton and Chad Bianco, they want to bring affordability back to the state, and they have a lot to say about it. But we're really proud that Michael Gates, I think he's going to encourage and inspire and get us all fired up to work and to help win these elections.
Absolutely. He sounds like a powerhouse.
Oh my God.
It's going to be
he's such a nice man.
Come to our meeting.
He's a nice man. I mean, he's, like Betty said, he's a father of 5. He's a grandfather of 4.
Wow, he just doesn't stop.
I know, he's amazing.
He's like
he
the
really
Energizer Bunny.
Yeah.
So how can our local residents get involved in the upcoming primary? Any thoughts? How to...
We're going to have two main ways, Bree. First of all, if you're new to Laguna Woods and you haven't, aren't maybe engaged, please come to our meetings. Give me a call, Pat Mycone, 714-697-0014. We'd love you to attend our meetings or become involved in our upcoming activities. Today we're going to start our postcard writing. We're going to be at the Performing Arts Center from 1 to 4 in the small conference room. So we have a group of people coming, but if you'd like to join us, just come on over and we'll be happy to have you be a part of it. I get kind of anxious about these elections when they're coming up because, I want our guys, the Republicans, to win. But I find that when I'm engaged, I'm not as anxious. It really helps me when I'm participating. So I say that to many of you out there. I know these are kind of, can be stressful times, making sure that we want to have our country, we want to preserve our freedoms, preserve law and order, and help preserve our U.S. Constitution.
Right.
So locally, we're working hard to do that.
Right. We have a little bit of time. Tell me, why do you think that there's such a division in the nation? And it seems like there has been for like the last 12 years or so.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that?
I have my personal reasons. I mean, the Democrats want power. Right now, President Trump was elected by the majority of Americans. He won the Electoral College. He won the popular vote. And Americans chose it. But right now, the Democrats are resisting it. We see the protests. And the divide, that's a divide. They don't. So we have to go by elections. This is why elections are important. Right. We have to go with the person who's elected. So they don't like it, but if you don't like it, you got to get out and vote. So, I think they just want many of the Democrats, I know that Chris Murphy recently admitted that they care more about illegals than they do citizens. So we have to get back to the party being second and people being first. We have to care for people. Right. Care for. Right.
Wow.
That's my
Well, I appreciate
take.
I appreciate that standpoint.
I would have to add that the media is divided.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one way or the other. There's no middle road.
They really promote. They're more biased on the left side, and that's been a known fact for maybe 100 years, a long time.
All right, ladies. Well, good luck with your postcard writing campaign today. And your event takes place Saturday, April 11th. Lunch Candidate Forum for June primary, November 20.
And it's also at Clubhouse 1.
Clubhouse 1, yeah.
Say that it's a different clubhouse.
Yeah.
Oh,
Clubhouse 1,
right.
not Clubhouse 5.
And it starts at 11 a.m.
Yep.
Social hour, and then meeting 11:30 to
And
1:30.
Bree, can I add, please send in your check today to P.O. Box 2431, Laguna Hills, California. We've had trouble with the post office being a little bit late. So in order to make plans for the meals, please send your check in and email Sherry Behar, she's our reservations, rcoreservations@gmail.com, and let us know you're coming. And we look forward to having you attend.
Thank you, ladies. Appreciate it. Always a pleasure.
Thank you, Bree.
We'll be back with some announcements. You're watching This Day on Village TV.